Hello ladies and gentlemen, Panzer here, and welcome to Evolve, or specifically the free-to-play version that's now out called Evolve Stage 2. And it really has all of the hallmarks of a typical free-to-play game. It has the daily sign-in rewards, it has the cash shop, it has all of these things. And frankly, it really has helped the game. Now, I completely ignored Evolve when it first came out because I had played the alpha, and I was quite frankly dissatisfied with the gameplay, and frankly it didn't hold any interest for me when it finally released, so I just kind of left it by the wayside until now, and I decided, you know what, let's take a proper look at it. And the thing is, yeah, it's got a lot going for it. So first things first, we're just gonna have a look at the store so I can kind of show you what you're getting into. Now, all of these are characters, and there's a fair few of them. All the different characters have different abilities, and they've completely reworked the game mechanics to make it a lot better for co-op play with public matchmaking. So everything is a lot more streamlined than it used to be, but we'll get on to that in a moment. These are the different characters, like the hunters that you get, and you also have the different monsters to go and hunt down, and they all have different abilities and all of that. And this currency right here is what you earn in the game. You can see some up here. You start off with a little bit, I believe, and then you earn more as you go along. So the idea is that the more you play, the more you'll be able to unlock. Now, you seem to get a fair amount. It's not a huge amount, but you'll probably be looking at playing between 10 and 15 games before you can unlock a character outright. That's just an estimate based on how much I've been getting, so your mileage might vary with that. But alongside that, they also have the skins, which cost the same sort of amount. Yeah, there's quite a lot of them, actually. And you've got different skins for the hunter, some of which are really nice, some of which are a little bit silly, but that's sort of the way things go, and same goes with the weapon skins as well. So that's kind of what you're looking at when you get into this. Right, now let's get on to an actual game. I've actually done the tutorials already, but it keeps asking me to do that. Incidentally, the game's borderless window mode doesn't quite work for me, so I don't know what's going on with that. Right, so this... Come on, next. So here you get to choose a preferred role. You don't have to choose one, you can go with no preference. I'm going to go with the monster and see if I can get into a battle. And then we'll choose... I like the trapper next, support, medic, and I don't really like the assault. I find assault to be a little bit boring, personally. But that's just me, really. Okay, so let's get on into a hunt match, and let's see if we can get into one. So at any time you can change your role preferences. You can set it to no preference. That will actually help you find matches faster, I've found. But of course then it means that if other people have chosen preferences, then you get left sort of with what's left, which may not be what you're looking for sometimes. Okay, so we found ourselves a team, and it looks like we're about to get into it. So I'm going to be playing as the monster. Now, what the game has done is they've introduced a sort of like League of Legends or Smite style rotation system. So the last time I played, I had the Meteor Goliath available. Now I have the Elder Kraken, which I've never played before, so this is going to be kind of interesting. Let's just accept that, and we get to spend points in our ability. So I'm just going to put points into each one so that it can show them all off. It means that we're kind of a jack of all trades, master of none. And then we get to pick perks. So we do have these, we can unlock them, of course. And I'm going to choose that one since we have that unlocked. And we don't really have any others. So well, we could spend some of our currency to do that. But I'm going to go with none on that. And these are superior ones, which cost even more. So we have one minor perk there. And that gives you a slight little boost. So you have a bit of customizability in terms of how you want to play a particular character. And of course, that is going to affect your playstyle. Not just in terms of the way your class plays, but it allows you a little bit more depth in that sense. Right, so... incidentally, we also have challenges to complete. We do have all these different challenges which will give you rewards. This, I believe, is a loot box. So you get a random reward out of that, and you get currency as well. You can pay to replace a challenge as well. but we're just going to go and get on with that. Now, I've noticed the challenges, just opening it up again, these require you to play particular classes or characters. Like in this case here, this daily challenge just requires us to play a Kraken, and this requires us to play a Goliath. Now, you might have noticed the Kraken is the only one available right now, and that's one of the issues there, is that some of these daily challenges will take more than a day to complete unless you have those characters already available. So, bear in mind, there is this sort of creep that goes on in terms of how you actually level up and everything. It seems to get easier as you go along when you have more characters unlocked and so on. So the challenges become faster to complete, which can be a good or bad thing. Alright, here we go into the game, and I will say that the performance of the game has improved a lot since it launched, and the gameplay has been tweaked quite significantly. So the core mechanics are still the same. The hunters have to chase down the monster, and the monster has to escape them long enough to be able to fight them. However, things have changed slightly, so now you are actually able to more effectively fight at your lower level, so you aren't so dependent on just leveling up. But the hunters also have a boost as well. You can see that at the top left there, tracked by planetary scanner. That is one of the things the hunters can do now. They can actually use a scanner to find your approximate location, and they don't have to just rely on environmental factors to be able to find you. So that's something to bear in mind. The dome has just come down, and that's really quick, actually. Let's just cast one of our abilities there. They're really quick on me. So, I don't know this character all that well, unfortunately, so this is going to be a little bit tough. So, I'm just going to try and survive here so that this doesn't end up being too slow. Because I do want to show this a little bit, show this off a bit longer. So we're just kind of having to fight them until the arena, which is this big dome that's come down on top of us, is gone. But we have lost our armor as well, so we're gonna have to try and evade them a little bit.
Dome coming down.
And that's it there. The dome is down, so I'm going to try and evade them now. So, as the Kraken, we can fly, which is one of our unique abilities. We can fly or glide for a set period of time. Just going to get away from them as quickly as we can. So, the hunters are able to see footprints on the ground as well. They're able to track your movements by looking at your footprints on the ground, but they also have that planetary scanner, as I've mentioned before, and in addition to that, the scanner and the dome is now available to all classes, so you don't have to be so reliant on one particular class to do their job correctly. It is avoids scaring the birds, so let's just try to escape from them long enough so that we can actually get ourselves a couple of levels. We've already got full armor, pretty much. So, come on. So let's just eat this one. It's gonna eat this one here as well. So at the moment we're just trying to level up. You can see the gauge just above the monster. We're there about 50% to the next evolution level. So yeah, the matches are actually a lot faster now. There's no longer a case of just having to wait, you know, until you've all been found, or rather, until all. Oh god, they've got the dome down on me already. Right. So. Now stop attacking me. There we go. So yeah, it's a lot more streamlined in that sense. There's a lot more to really. I'm not even hitting anything with this. Let's come on, let's wail on this guy for a little bit. Just getting trapped inside there. It looks like their medic is almost down, so I'm really just trying to oh wait, that's the wrong person. That's the medic there. Let's climb up here.
Dome coming down.
See, in the original Evolve, or prior to it going free to play, at this point I would have been absolutely annihilated. Like, without a shadow of a doubt. At level 1, it was nearly impossible to fight the hunters. Unless you were really good or they were really incompetent, it was almost impossible for them to really chase you down. So, well, rather, it was really impossible for you to fight them back. So, with this, now, it's actually really possible to fight them off. Like, you can see I was able to survive long enough to escape, and I'm gonna have to escape again. They almost had me trapped there. Let's just get out. Let's go away. So we can escape up here. Oh, they're still able to hit us. Yeah, this is definitely not one that I'm very familiar with, so I'm having a great deal of difficulty trying to fight them. So our health doesn't really regenerate, but our armor definitely does. So we can eat to regain most of that, though. And they've got us in the dome again. And let's use some melee attacks. So really just trying to do everything that we possibly can to fight them off now. And I don't seem to be really hitting them all that much. And you can see the damage numbers there, they're very RPG-like. Alright, time to run away before they get me. They are very close to getting me. I need to eat something. Just got that little bit of health left. And a very little thin sliver of armor left. But of course, if you've never played Evolve before, the hunters are actually playing in first person as well. We are in third person, and we are definitely significantly stronger than them. So the mere fact that, you know, their medic is able to keep them alive is really helping them quite a lot. So let's just try and get this one over here. Come on. They've used the scanner as well. So they are aware of where I am. Let's just try to gain a little bit out of that. Yeah, we've got a fair amount of armor back. Oh. Oops. Doing the wrong thing there. Oh, they managed to get me. Well, there you have it. It's just a very quick look at Evolve Stage 2. Certainly switching over to free-to-play has definitely helped it quite a lot. I remember back when this first launched, it having a huge amount of DLC available, and that really hurt the image of the game overall. Personally, I'm still not a huge fan of the gameplay, but because the matches are much shorter, it's something that I wouldn't mind diving in and out of pretty frequently. Something that I could casually play, have a bit of fun with, and then leave. And certainly, queuing up with public players for co-op matches isn't as bad as it used to be. You're not so dependent on other classes now as you used to be. So it's definitely improved a lot. Overall, it's a very, very good game to check out, and after all, it's free, so click the link down in the description below to go and check it out. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. How do you think the free-to-play model has really helped it? Are you a big fan of free-to-play games in general? Is Evolve really something that you're all that interested in? Let me know down in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a like if you've enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. My name is Panzer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.